doing well, and I also hope you're not really disturbing mommy and daddy at all. It's nice to be here again. My name is Miss Jane, and I'll be taking you on English language. Today we are going to look at a topic, time adverbial. What did I say is our topic? Time adverbials. That's from adverbs. And then remember that adverbs are words that tell us more about the verb. Alright, how the action took place. But we are going to see something different today. Alright, now what are these time adverbials? Time adverbials are words that tells us when, they are words that tell us when an action happened. Now we can also say that time adverbials are words that help us to describe how long or how often a certain action happened. Okay, so that's what we are going to look at today. Let's just go to the definition, which is on the board. We say time adverbials are words that tell when things happen. Time adverbials, they are words that tell when things happen. Or they are words that describes how long or how often a certain action happened. Have you gotten that? Now, the next thing we are going to look at will now be the examples of time adverbials. Examples of time adverbials. Alright, examples are here on the board. We have number 1, as soon as, after, always, when, while, until, as long as, usually, before, no sooner than, always. Remember that we say time adverbials are words that tell when things happen. So, after. When did I eat? After what? After something. Alright. When did she go to school? After, it tells time. It tells you after when an event took place. Alright, I also say there are words that describe how long or how often I always go to school. It expresses how long or how often a certain action happens. Now also, under time adverbial, we still have another subtopic, asking and responding to questions on time adverbial. So the next thing we'll be looking at will be asking and responding to questions on time adverbials. Now, so that you will not be confused, we'll be looking at positive and negative response. Now, for the negative response, as soon as you say no, it's a negative one. Let's say if somebody say, please, I want to use your marker, and you say no, you are not giving it to the person. But if you say yes, it means you want to give it to. Oh, can I use your marker? No. Can I use your marker? Yes. That's a positive one. Yes. Can I use your marker? No. It's a negative one. So that's what we'll be looking at. Remember, I said question, asking and responding to questions on time adverbial. Remember that time adverbials are words that are used that tell when things happen. They are words that tell when things happen. Or you can also say that they are words that describe how long or how often an action happened. Alright, so right now we have here, remember I said asking and responding to questions and time adverbials, and here are questions and responses. Now the first one, number 1. Does David always eat banana? Does David always eat banana? Remember, we are looking at time adverbial which has been underlined. And we also say that we will look at response in the negative and positive way. Alright, what we have here, yes, he does. That is in the positive. So we can do something like this, positive. No, or no, he doesn't, negative. I hope you won't be confused. Remember, we are responding in the positive and negative way. Does David always eat banana? Yes, he does, positive. No, he doesn't, negative. Number 2, do you usually get up late on Saturdays? Do you usually get up late on Saturdays? Your response, yes, I do, positive. No, I don't, negative. Alright. Note that we have underlined our adverbs here, the adverbial, telling us time. Also, we can have an example like this. Will you come before we pray? Will you come before we pray? What will be your response? Positive. In the positive response, the positive response will be like, yes, I will. Or yes, I will come. The negative, no, I won't. No, I won't come. Alright, so that is it. Remember, we say time adverbial, asking and responding to questions on time adverbial. The next thing we are going to look at is a short homework, which means that we have come to the end of our lesson. Remember, we look at time adverbials as words. Those words that tell us when an action happened, or words that describe when or how long or how often an action happened. We saw the examples of words as soon as, after, always, when, while, until, as long as, usually, before, no sooner than, always, often. And now we are going to our homework. Alright, lovely children, this is our homework. Number 1, what are time adverbials? Number 2, mention 5 examples of time adverbials. And number 3, answer the following using positive and negative answers. With number 1 of that, will you leave as soon as he comes? What will be your response? Use positive and negative response. Number 2, does Mary always sing the song? Use positive and negative response to answer this. Alright, lovely children, we've come to the end of our lesson today. Remember, we looked at time adverbials, we saw the meaning and examples of time adverbial. We moved to asking and responding to questions on time adverbials. Alright, we've come to the end. See you and take care of yourself. Remember to do your homework. Bye.